I'm Christine Niles. Today's October 26, 2025. Here are this week's top stories. The miraculous recovery of a shooting victim is leading her parents to credit God. 12-year-old Sophia Forchas was shot in the head by trans shooter Robert Westman at Annunciation Catholic School in September during Mass. 2 students died, and she was expected to be the third. At the hospital, there was so much pressure on her brain, they had to remove a piece of her skull. Doctors did not expect her to live. Her parents called on everyone to storm heaven on her behalf. 2 months later, she's out of the hospital, reuniting with her friends at school. Her parents say she was saved, quote, by the mercy and intervention of our Lord Jesus Christ. Turning to Rome, Pope Leo is easing restrictions on the traditional Latin Mass. On October 25th, Cardinal Raymond Burke offered Mass for the annual pilgrimage Summorum Pontificum in St. Peter's Basilica. The Masses had stopped 3 years ago after Pope Francis restricted them all over the world. The Una Voce Federation is calling this a major breakthrough, and Monsignor Marco Agostini, Papal Master of Ceremonies, says, quote, clearly it was because the Pope said, let them do it. The Mass was standing room only, with at least 3,000 in attendance. Other traditional liturgies offered in November include Mass by San Francisco's Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone, Mass by Cardinal Gerhard Mueller at Our Lady of Lourdes in Philadelphia, and Pontifical Vespers by Cardinal Robert Sarah at the Cathedral of Saints Peter and Paul in Philadelphia. In other papal news, for the first time since the English Reformation, England's king prayed with the Pope. On October 23rd, King Charles joined Pope Leo in the Sistine Chapel for midday prayer. The Catholic Archbishop of Westminster and the Anglican Archbishop of York were also in attendance. The visit was first scheduled under Pope Francis, but later postponed. King Henry VIII broke from the Catholic Church in the 16th century after the Pope refused to recognize his adulterous union with Anne Boleyn, leading to Henry declaring himself the head of the Church. Numerous Catholic martyrs died under Henry's reign, as well as under his daughter Elizabeth's. To this day, Catholics are forbidden from becoming monarchs in England. Turning to Gaza, the White House is growing increasingly frustrated with Israel, saying it's, quote, out of control. Senior officials speaking with Politico said Israel's counterattack on Gaza, which left 40 civilians dead, plus its vote to annex the West Bank, are angering members of Trump's cabinet. The vote was seen as a slap in the face to President Trump, who had made clear Israel would lose all U.S. support if it annexed the West Bank. During the vice president's visit to Israel, J.D. Vance reportedly delivered a stern message from Trump to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Notably, Vance skipped the Wailing Wall, the usual spot for visiting U.S. politicians, and opted instead to go to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, tweeting, what an amazing blessing to have visited the site of Christ's death and resurrection. I am immensely grateful to the Greek, Armenian, and Catholic priests who care for this most sacred of places. May the Prince of Peace have mercy on us and bless our efforts for peace. Social media took notice with many comments like this one. This is the stone American Christian politicians should be touching and praying before, not a retaining wall for the Second Temple beneath the Dome of the Rock. To ensure no further breaches of the peace deal, the U.S. is supervising Israel's actions in Gaza. The U.S. now has its own drones flying over Gaza. It's also requiring that Israel first seek permission before conducting any strikes or blocking humanitarian aid. According to Israeli politician Avigdor Lieberman, everything's being overseen from an American operations room in southern Israel. Some are frustrated, with one Israeli reporter questioning Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
There has never been anything like this in Israel, but it makes you think, does Israeli military decisions regarding Gaza are taken effectively in D.C. And if the IDF will identify that Hamas is rearming and regrouping, can we independently renew the fighting, or we should ask for
I think everybody involved in this would like to see this not happen again.
Should we apply for permission from the Trump administration?
Yeah, I wouldn't phrase it that way. I think the bottom line is that there's no nation on earth that's contributed more to help Israel in its security.
As a further sign of Trump's distancing from Israel, during a fueling stop in Qatar on Saturday, he invited Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad onto Air Force One.
Well, the Emir is one of the great rulers of the world, not just the Middle East. He's beloved and respected by his country. I don't know what's more important, being beloved or respected. Both.
New data is blowing apart the theory that man descends from monkeys. A recent paper published in Nature magazine titled Complete Sequencing of Ape Genomes shows a 14% difference in DNA between humans and chimps, contradicting the long-held claim that we're separated by only 1% DNA difference. Scientists have repeatedly used the 1% claim to argue that man evolved from monkeys. Geologist Dr. Casey Luskin wrote, "So common sense alone dictates that there is something misleading about that number and how it is used. But the new data show that the previous statistic isn't just misleading, it's flat out false." That is this week's Catholic News Roundup. You can go to stellamaris.media to learn how to sign up to our email list for the latest news and updates, as well as how you can support us. While we offer this content for free, it is not free to produce. So if you appreciate our work and want to help keep us going, please feel free to give at our website. That's stellamaris.media. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless your week. I'm Christine Niles.